Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to create a sensitivity analysis, and to do that we need to clean up the worksheet a little bit. First, I want to make the purchase price an assumption here. Make it 4 and put it in square feet. Make it 400 a foot. Go over to our loan amortization and make it in feet. Sorry, in square feet. This is just because we were mixing some square footage and some total numbers, and I want to make sure that everything comes through correctly. So we're no longer going to divide that by square footage. And these also have to be in square feet. Sorry. So anywhere it says that we divide by F3, which is square footage, we're going to change that. So yeah. What? F3, place with 1. So we get normal numbers there. And we still have approximately our same numbers here. So what we need to do is now create a data table. Now what we want to do is we want to sensitize the IRR. Now there's some annoying rules about data tables. One, everything has to be on the same page, so except for what you're sensitizing to. So the variables, we're going to do two-way sensitivity analysis to see what the IRR looks like at different exit cap rates and different purchase prices. So we're going to start out with our purchase price of 400. And we're going to have our exit cap rate of 4.5. And we need increments. So I'm going to have exit cap increments of 50 basis points and purchase price increments of $50. Now we need to have the purchase price in the center, sorry, the exit cap and the purchase price in the center of the data table, and it can't be a link. So we have to paste values here, make it 2 decimal places, and then add here, lock that cell. And go in the reverse here, lock that cell. And as for across the top, let's make sure we have, I want 5. 5, so get rid of that bottom one. And across the top, we'll have 400 purchase price. Remember, we can always multiply this to make it in total dollars. But in real estate, it's important to think of everything in square feet as much as possible. Lock that cell down, add here, that cell. Now, to make sure nothing is linked. So Next, you go to data. What if analysis. We also need to make sure everything's appropriate linked. So I'm going to change this link from the loan amortization page to the purchase price here. I'm also going to make sure that the loan amortization page is linked to this page also, because the assumptions should really be driven by one cell. Okay. Now, we're going to highlight all of these cells. So it's a perfect square of the 5 purchase price increments and the 5 exit cap rates. And let's label these. Exit cap. Align that right. And purchase price. Data table, what if analysis. Now the row input cell is going to be what you have going across the top, and the column input cell is going to be what you have going across the side. And it has to be the variable, and it has to be the middle variable. So as you can see, we're starting our calculation with the 400 and the 4.5 exit cap. So the row input cell is going to be the purchase price that's driving our model and the exit cap that's driving the sale. Hit that. Now, sometimes you'll see that when it first comes up, you get the same thing across the board that just looks the same. So sometimes Excel needs you to do a force calculation. So you hit the F9 button, and as you can see, we now have IRRs that are sensitized to both the exit cap rate and the purchase price. And we'll make these blue just to signify that those are inputs. And that's how a sensitivity analysis works. Now, one thing to be cognizant of, as I said before, this table has to be on the same page as the variables driving it. And you have to make sure that you've put everything in the right position, and only the top left corner is linked. And you can do some pretty complicated and in-depth data tables. In many cases, I have had clients request that they want sensitivity analysis without data tables, which, depending on what variable you're looking for, can be more time consuming, but I have done it, particularly when it comes to lending. But as you can see, this is a very useful tool, and it tells you how your returns are sensitized. So if we just look at the logic, if we pay $300 a foot for this property and our exit cap is that low that we're getting such a high sale price, we get a very high return of almost 40%.